Hey, today we're going to talk about stabilizer. What I did was I took a dry fit shirt. I sewed it out 4 different times with 4 different combinations of backing. And I'm going to show you how I got this last one to look the best. So the first one I'm going to talk about is tear away. Well, let's think about that for a second. You are tearing holes every time the needle goes into the fabric. You're putting holes into your fabric and you have tear away on the back, which is tearing every single time you're sticking a needle in, right? So you're only going to use tear away when the product is already stable and the product would not fall apart if you put some holes in it. So for centuries, people have been using tear away on towels. So customers kind of expect you to use tear away on your towels. So it kind of works out because towels are pretty stable. So you can use a tear away and make the customer happy, but your product can handle that many stitches because it's already stable. So you want to use tear away when your products are already stable. Now, let's just say you're doing a blanket. Let's say you're doing a blanket and let's just say you have to put 60,000 stitches into this blanket. So you're going to use tear away because the customer, again, kind of anticipates seeing tear away on the back of there. So you can use more than 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. Maybe you can use 16 pieces. Depends on how many stitches and how they're laid out on your blanket. You can use several pieces of tear away on your blanket, depending on how many stitches you're talking about. Now, when you're talking about something like canvas, so canvas is not very stretchable, it's not very movable, so you can put a lot of stitches in canvas and it'll still hold its place. It'll still hold together because it's canvas. So you can use some tear away on your canvas. You can use some tear away on your canvas because the canvas is not going to be destroyed when you put 30,000 stitches in it, but your tear away kind of works as maybe like some insurance. Okay. So that's when you're going to use tear away, when you're forced to use it. It's not your go-to. You want to use tear away when the product's already stable and you're kind of forced to use it. Other than that, you don't want to use it. Okay. Now, hats is a whole different ballgame. I'm not even talking about hats today. I'm just talking about flats. Now let's talk about cutaway. All right. Cutaway is the best backing. It's always going to be your best backing. So if they wear it, never tear it. Why? Because what we wear is not stable. This is a sweatshirt. That's not stable. That's not stable if I put a bunch of holes in this. These things are not stable. Okay. So they're not stable. They need cutaway they need cutaway backing, cutaway stabilizer to stabilize it so that your embroidery can look good after you put all the holes in it. In addition to all the holes that you're putting into a product to make it look good, you're also pushing on fabric because that's what monogramming does. That's what sewing does, is it pushes on fabric. It's also pulling and pushing on fabric because the needle's going in and out. So you need to stabilize it with some cutaway. And maybe sometimes you need more than 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces. So let's talk about this dry fit. This is a little flimsy piece of dry fit that I pulled, that I cut from a shirt. Okay. Just a little flimsy piece of dry fit. Now, here's a piece of 3-ounce cutaway. I buy the heaviest cutaway I can find, always. And I'm going to put it behind the dry fit like this. Okay. Now, look how it kind of stabilizes the dry fit. It kind of makes it a good bit stable, right? That's just 1 piece of cutaway. Now, I don't like to talk about things on my video that I don't agree with, but I have to talk about this one because people ask me about it all the time and I see it all the time. I don't even know why I have a piece in my building, but I am going to talk about this, which is, I believe, mesh is what they refer to it as. Let me just show you. This is not stabilizer. Okay. I don't know what this is. It is not stabilizer. Let me show you. I'm going to put stabilizer behind here. Okay. Now, that's not stabilizing anything. It's not doing anything to this dry fit. Okay. No, this is not stabilizer. I don't know what that is, but please don't use it. Okay. You want to use cutaway when you're dealing with dry fit. So here's what I did. I sewed this logo, 17,000 stitches on this dry fit shirt, and I washed it because sometimes I think that we sew things out, we give it to the customer, and we see our customer a month, down the road on the streets and we're like, oh, what happened to his logo? It looks like a taco, right? You're like, what happened there? I'm going to show you what happened. It's the wrong backing, okay? This right here is tearaway, and it's terrible. Look how terrible it is, okay? Can you see how terrible that is? That's tearaway. Doesn't work. There's no stability there. I just put all these holes in this shirt and tearaway's not going to cut it. It looks terrible. Okay. I use one piece of cutaway right here. One piece of cutaway. Still terrible. It's not laying flat. It's ridiculous. Okay. It does not look good. So I was like, all right, I'll pull out 3 pieces. Pulled out 3 pieces. It definitely looks better right here. It definitely looks better, but still has a wave going on. Still kind of looks like a taco, you know? Then guess what? I pulled out 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I know you're saying, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous. That's what this fabric needed to make this logo look amazing. Look how amazing. Looks so good, okay? Sometimes people say, I don't like the way it looks on the back. I don't think it matters how it looks on the back. I think you want your logo to look good on the front. Don't you want it to look good on the front? As the customer washes it, the backing gets softer and softer and softer. You can always cut the backing away as clean as you like if it bothers you, but I think you want it to look good on the front when you see your customer on the streets. So just know that if you use the right backing on your products, you're going to be so much happier with the outcome.